Cardinal Siri, a prelate of great renown as a negotiator and peacemaker between labor and management, evidently fit the Masons' need to the letter. Moments after his election on 26 October 1958, Siri was persuaded in a most brutal fashion to step aside in a forced papal abdication known by all present to be completely invalid. Masonic cardinals had even voted for him to ensure his election and acceptance of office, only to demand his immediate resignation 5 minutes later by threatening to annihilate the church. They then offered peaceful coexistence between the church and her persecutors if a compromise candidate could be found as a caretaker pope. The conclave had been vitiated, and 2 days later the caretaker turned out to be Angelo Roncalli, a mouthpiece for the Masonic agenda who was sought by the forces of Antichrist to head the church not as pope, but as anti-pope. In this way, they hoped to perpetrate a death grip on the church's structures with a succession of figureheads devoid of any guidance by the Holy Ghost. For only by subjugating a true pope who was unknown to the outside world and replacing him with a false shepherd would the Freemasons arrive at the total realization of their goal. The true pope, who had vainly hoped to prevent a catastrophe for the church by delaying his public claim to office, brought about something far worse instead. For as long as he lived, his very existence prevented the election of another true pope. He was mocked at his election, which was repeated and again suppressed at successive conclaves. The caretaker Roncalli paved the way for the destroyer Montini, who had been banished in disgrace to Milan without the red hat by Pius XII in 1954.